Yeah, so about last week.
What is up, Defects? It is good to be back on a Monday night and good to, you know what? I never thought that I would say it's good to get back to like normalcy, the normal chaos that we have, because that was a special brand of chaos that we had last week, right?
A special brand.
So appreciate you all running back with us tonight. Gonna be a fun little show. We got some good stuff to talk about. We're gonna get right into it. But of course, you know I gotta say what up to my boys. Let me start on the bottom of the screen with Guy Forge. What up, brother?
From the bottom to the top. What is up, Defects? It's Monday night. We got hopefully we're gonna see a baseball game tonight. Go Yankees, I'm just saying. But we will see what goes on. Fingers crossed. But it's good to be with you boys and all you Defects. Butcher, what's going on?
What is up, boys? Like Matt said, back to normal this week. A lot of news that we didn't touch on last week that we were definitely going to touch on this week. Go Yankees. And I mean, a lot has happened, man, in the community and in the MCU. Black Adam, people seeing it. People are happy with it. So let's get this party started, man.
Let's do that. So, Butch, you want to run the sponsors real quick?
Absolutely, guys. You know it's everyone's favorite presser, Erod 212 with Express Comic Book Pressing. Defects 10 gets you 10% off. Not only that, Erod is nice enough to pass along his discount from CBCS and CGC. He will blaze your books, so tell Erod the Defects sent you. Next up, we got everybody's favorite international Beaver, Mutant Beaver Comics, one of the world's largest online retailers for exclusive comic books, shipping worldwide. Defects 10 gets you 10% off, so tell Pat and the B-Man the Defects sent you.
Jay, sound like you had a rough weekend, dude.
Yeah, it was bad. Sober October went right out the window.
It did, right?
Today. Yeah.
I know you had a lot of fun. That's the word on the street.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. You guys know I'm having fun when I'm like, I ain't doing this shit no more on a Monday morning.
I was actually gonna say that, but I was like, let me not say that.
Yeah, that's how you know. Well, I'm good now. I'm back to normal, decompressed.
Very good.
Guys, tonight's show and all future shows are in jeopardy about 12 hours ago.
Yeah. I'm always like, I ain't doing this shit no more. And here I am.
But we're back. We got some fun stuff to talk. We got some fun stuff to talk about. So I want to hear from you in the chat. Get it going. Put all the stuff in the chat. Hit the thumbs up. Sub up if you're new. And let's run that news.
Maddie, before you hit the news, Walter Cronkite over there, I wanted to ask a question. First of all, because I had so much fun. I know we talked about it. I had so much fun doing the promo this week. I thought that was just hilarious. I want to know what people thought of it, just so I get a little feedback from our Defects out there. It was pretty funny, I thought.
Can we get a cash it or trash it for Guy Forge?
Can we get a cash it or trash it on my promo this week? Yeah. What did you guys think of the promo?
Let's get it.
I like.
So the first one really isn't news. So we should have waited for the real, but I couldn't wait. But let's just get into it. Let's get this one out the way. We wanted to talk about it last week because I think we were all pretty excited about how they did this. So let's quickly talk about Werewolf by Night.
Ooh.
All right. Jay, do you want to start this one up and just kind of give just a quick what you thought and is this a good direction for the MCU and Kevin Feige?
I knew I was gonna like it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was gonna be a little bit better, but I liked it, man. I thought it was a good direction. I like, and I'm sure we'll touch on this later.
Stop the presses. Jay, did you say you like something?
I liked it. Man. I liked the
Holy
old school
shit
horror feel to it. I liked Man-Thing. I liked Jack Russell. I thought it was good. I thought it was very, very good and very well done. I liked the way it was shot, and I'm not a big film guy. And these 1 hour specials are going to be good. This is the direction they got it going. Instead of a long, drawn-out series, this is what the MCU got to start doing. So I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Guy Forge, I'm going to guess that you haven't watched it because it's not really your cup of tea.
I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm going to watch it. I'll give you that much.
Yeah, you have to watch it.
No, I know.
Right?
I will. I have not watched it.
Done.
I have not watched it as of yet. And it's not because I didn't want to. It's just because I didn't have time.
He's got to muster up, the courage to get through this. I get it. Now the people in the chat will understand.
They know.
The fact that you're gonna watch it, I think that's a huge step in the right direction.
I am gonna watch it.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I promise.
All right, good. I'm with Jay. I thought it was actually not what I expected. I, along with Jay, expected to like it, and I did. Was it, perfect? No, but it was, I think, such a step in the right direction for where I think these shows should be going, right? The special presentation format. And we're going to talk a lot more about that towards the latter half of the show. It was definitely, Jay, would you say it was the most violent as far as the amount of just actually seeing axes in somebody's head, limbs chopped off, blood spatter, even though it wasn't red? We've never seen anything like that before in the MCU, have we?
Yeah, well, I think that's the loophole there. I think the blood not being red, and just like in the latest Thor movie, the god's blood was gold. So I think that's their loophole towards violence. That has to change before Punisher comes out in the MCU.
I think they're running up to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got to get up to it, even if they got to change the rating. Haven't watched She-Hulk yet, so I'm only on episode 5, so I haven't seen Daredevil. I hear mixed things from trusted people in the community. On one hand, people love it. They love the direction it went in. They really liked the She-Hulk series. On the other hand, people totally hated it. There was no in-between. Right now, and this is crazy, this ain't even like me sitting here. I think it's funny. I've been enjoying the first 5 episodes for what it is. So
yeah.
I can't wait to see Daredevil and make my own judgment call on him. It's going to be very hard to top the Netflix Daredevil, but I will try and go in with an open mind. From what I've seen already, I don't know if I'm going to like it, but we'll see.
Do you want me to comment on that, or you want me to just leave it be?
No,
yeah,
please
sure,
comment. Please do.
Yeah, you're going to fucking hate it, bro.
Huh?
You're going to fucking hate it. Yeah, there's no... my light's going crazy over here.
I was about to say, Jay, guy's about to go back to the future or something.
I'll tell you what I didn't like. I don't like how Scar looks. I don't like it, man. He looks like that jacked up diesel guy at a Jersey club with just a bad haircut, but you can't tell him because
the $5 Caesar.
Yeah, that it looked. I wish they would have did him right. But like I said, I gotta watch it. I gotta see what leads up to that.
Sure.
You're gonna hate Daredevil. I hate to say it. I know it for a fact. But I was okay with the show. I know we're off topic now, but I was okay with the show. But it's what they did with him and how they portrayed him. You're gonna absolutely murder it, Jay. You're gonna fucking set that shit on fire. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not throwing it out. It is what it is.
I'm gonna try to get through it this week. I got so much stuff to watch now.
Yeah, text me. Let me know.
You'll know. Trust me.
I don't want to say call me because I really don't want to hear it. Like
I'll save it. I'll save it for the show.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah.
Oh God. So yeah, I want to talk more about the format of Werewolf by Night towards the end, but a couple people sent this to us. We all kind of saw it, and we'll just touch on this for like 2 seconds, right? I think it was a cool little nod in the beginning of Werewolf by Night. You can see the side by side there. The picture from Thor: God of Thunder. What number is that issue, Jay? Do you remember? 6 or 7?
I don't even remember, dude. I had it written down, but then we were supposed to talk about this last week, but then it went off the rails.
We went off the rails. So a lot of people said, do we think this is anything? I think it's just a cool little nod. I actually looked up what the Latin phrase behind them says, and I don't remember what it is, but it wasn't anything overly important. It's something, and it's something to do with, it was like a phrase about death. There was nothing comic related or gore related that I can kind of make a connection, but I thought that was pretty cool. But it's nothing more than just a cool little Easter egg tribute. That's my take on it. Any different opinions?
Nah, I think just a little Easter egg. I mean, gore didn't look like that, so I don't think it's gonna be anything. I doubt they're ever gonna bring this character back.
So it was gore in the multiverse.
Yeah, huge disappointment for me, honestly. Even with Christian Bale,
fucking terrible.
Doing so-called great acting, it was like a pedophile in a school bus for me. So
yep, there you go.
It's hard to put something together in 2 days. They're like, Christian Bale showed up on set for 2 days. Like, you got me for 2 days. Here we go.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
That's what I saw. So
what's the chat saying, guy? What are the people in chat saying?
Scar with his mullet,
Cosmic mullet. I like that.
BLC coming in 93 watching 52 likes. What the fuck? Come on, guys.
Thumbs up, guys. Come on.
Doesn't cost any money.
Let's get this show back on the road. You know what I mean? Come on.
Emmanuel Cabrera said, "I just don't understand how someone signed off on mediocre CGI for She-Hulk. It's very distracting." I agree.
Some parts yes, some parts no. It's not bothering me as much.
They're putting all that bread into Andor and Star Wars, man. You could see that from a mile. You could see that from a mile away. That's the golden ticket.
And I'm gonna say this. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I think I keep saying this, so it's probably not a spoiler. The CGI, yes, it matters, but what's distracting is bad fucking writing. Okay, that's what's been happening. So get some new fucking writers in there. Let's get some comic
we'll get into that.
News.
Hold on. We're gonna get into that later, though.
Yes, we are. Jay, let's get into some comic book news. All right, and this is a channel favorite character. I think we all like Silver Surfer over here, right? So Marvel's next Silver Surfer series introduces a mysterious new hero. So let me read you guys a little something, and you guys take it away. So Marvel Comics announces a new limited series. It's 5 issues. Starring Silver Surfer and a mysterious force, which also could prove to be a new superhero known as Ghostlight. And I believe that's him right there. The synopsis reads, Tony Brooks and her family have moved into the quiet town of Sweetwater, but nothing is quite what it seems with their new home. What mystery did Tony and her family unravel that would call upon the sentinel of the spaceways, the Silver Surfer, and just who or what is Ghostlight? Releases in February of 2023. When I read this, Jay, it totally threw me off because it does not seem like a Silver Surfer story, at least nothing that we've got recently, right, in modern comics. But what's your take?
All I gotta say is super excited for another Silver Surfer series, right? The last one I read and enjoyed was Silver Surfer Black by Cates, which was awesome. And Trad did the art, and that whole series with Null and the Surfer was absolutely phenomenal. This, I'm going to tell you, I steal no one's clout. After this show, everybody got to go check out UniX's post on these books because he has some interesting stuff to say and awesome books to grab. So, if you are not following Universe X, you have to follow my boy because he's been on top of this, and I'm not going to take any of his credit, so go check out his page and go be on the lookout for certain books, guys, that are definitely going to pop before it hits that fucking app.
Yes, sir. I thought this was interesting, guy, like a little bit more of a grounded Silver Surfer. Seems like, at least from the synopsis.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, listen, we haven't had something from Silver Surfer in a while, so it's going to be. Is one person writing this?
Yeah, it's I pulled it out. Go ahead, keep going. I'll get it for you.
It's a family show. Don't pull it out.
It's not a family show anymore.
leave it out. Yeah, it ain't a family show anymore.
Yeah, leave it out. Forget it. No, I'm excited regardless. I haven't seen something from Silver Surfer in a while. I love the Surfer, so I have a lot of his books. I got some cool artwork. I have an awesome print that was remarked that I have up in my attic, framed. I love that print. One of my favorite pieces of art. So like I'm excited. And I'm like it's cool to see a new character too. So who knows where they're gonna go with it.
Yeah.
And it's funny, man, because I just finished the Silver Surfer omnibus from his first series, and it was so
I would like to get that.
written. It was so well written for back then, and stands the test of time, which you don't see a lot. Like reading early Spider-Man and early Fantastic Four is tough to get through. The Silver Surfer wasn't. It introduced Mephisto in issue 3. and issue 4, you had that battle between him and Thor on the Rainbow Road, and it leads up to a lot of stuff, which brings me back to Universe's X post. So go check it out, guys.
Yep.
Can you guys hit that thumbs up so BLC can stop fucking posting?
Yeah, he's got.
this guy goes
BLC's
to work.
Helping us out.
He's got so much stuff to do, and all he does is post about this. I mean, come on,
guys, hit it. A little bit more comic news. It kind of bleeds over into the media format, but this is something that I think me and Jay probably talked about as soon as we read the first issue. Early last year. So this was, what does it say there? October 4th. This is from Inaki Miranda, one of the Miranda brothers, who wrote the comic. They've done a lot of comics, but their newest, most renowned work right now is We Live. And he's basically posting, we don't know how much longer we'll be able to keep our mouths shut. The Miranda brothers, and it posts a picture of Netflix. So clearly they're talking about a Netflix show. And Jay, could it be anything other than We Live number one?
There's been talk about this before. A lot of people were on this book as soon as it came out. We know that Netflix is going to do all these independent books and turn them into TV shows. Some get canceled before they start off, right? Something was filmed and then got canceled, right? What was it?
The Grendel.
Oh, right. That's right. So I like that, man. If it's garbage and they're not going to put it out, just pull the plug on it before it gets bad reviews and then you ruin it for everything. But a book that's definitely heated up, guys, and an awesome storyline. So if you haven't read this, go online, read it, do your homework. I don't see much value other than in book number 1, obviously, but definitely a good series to go check out.
Yeah, the read was phenomenal. I didn't know if I was gonna like it because it seemed more of like like kids, but then all of a sudden you got into like the 5th or 6th page and you realize, oh, this isn't a kid's book. Like Jay said, definitely read it. Beyond the speculation value of it, the series is extremely good. So looking forward to seeing this one on the big screen. Hopefully you have your copies of number 1 already when we told you to buy them 12 to 14 months ago, I would say. All right, let's talk about the thumbnail guy. All right, let's talk about what's on the thumbnail. This has been rolling around all the trades and all the scoopers on Twitter for the past 3 days, I would say. 3-ish days, 4-ish days. And it seemed like a joke at first. I saw it, I want to say Thursday or Friday, very early in the day, before really anybody was talking about it. And I just took it as like a joke. I literally just clicked past. I was like, this has got to be a joke. And then it blew up. It was fucking everywhere. And now, it really seems to have some legs that Sacha Baron Cohen he was previously rumored for the Ironheart series in some way, shape, or form. Now, a second rumor has come out saying that he will play Mephisto, and it will be in the Ironheart series, and the tie there will be for the Hood's power set. Okay, so somehow tying to the Hood. Because I saw somebody earlier, I think it was Chad Crow, asking, how does this tie into Ironheart at all? I guess it kind of still doesn't, but they're saying the Hood's powers, there's going to be a connection from Mephisto. I have no idea, but everyone's running with this right now, and it seems there's got to be a little bit of truth to it. If it's, I don't know how else to explain that. This could really be a reality, guy.
I see you, Wiki Bobby. I don't know. I like Sacha Baron Cohen. I love his humor. Obviously, that's not a humorous role. We know that. But is he going to be like a crazy whacked out Mephisto? Like all like, you know, who knows? Who knows? I've seen him play a lot of different roles too, serious roles as well. So you can never judge a book by its cover. Let's put it that way. And you got to give the guy a shot. Hopefully, we don't get any freaking Borat in Ironheart. So I don't think we're gonna be sitting there going, "Welcome to hell." I like, you know, no, it's not gonna be, you know. I don't think we're gonna get that. So Ali G was one of my favorite things that he did.
Ali G was very good. That was phenomenal.
I mean, that was one of the greatest things ever.
Somebody put this in our chat, and I think Jay's initial response, I think he was the first one to respond. He said, "The MCU is over." Jay, what do you think, dude?
First, shout out to Mark in the comments, because Tim Curry as Darkness and Legend, that's the type of Mephisto I want. So I thought about this. I sat down and I thought about this. His face definitely has a devilish Mephisto face to it.
Oh yeah.
Do I think he could? Oh, hold on, let me just start over totally and say, any Mephisto rumor, I get anxiety talking about.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they would bring him in an Ironheart series as opposed to, you know, Scarlet Witch, and that series baffles me in WandaVision. But he's heavily
That's where he should
rumored.
have been.
Yeah, that's where he should have been. Him and Ironheart doesn't make sense. That being said, as a comic book reader, there's so many depictions of Mephisto. Like, he's almost like a little silly and goonish in Infinity Gauntlet, and kind of gets, you know, smacked around by Thanos, and almost plays like a role like a sidekick type of Mephisto. That I could see him doing. That's not what I want to see in the MCU. I want a big bad Mephisto, like in the Silver Surfer run, man, and in other future stuff. So, do I like this casting? I don't. Do I think he could possibly pull it off? I mean, I think he can, but I'd rather just see a dark actor playing this role. But then again, look what happened with Gore, so who knows, man. I don't think it's true. I don't think we're going to see this personally.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it.
Me personally, I like.
You don't think it's true?
I don't think it's true.
Huh.
Me personally, I like my devils as they were in Bedazzled. Elizabeth Hurley, she could be my devil anytime. Okay, well, just put that on the table. But if it's not her,
you got to bring 100% of the time. 100%, yeah. 100% of the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 110%. You know?
Jay has no idea what's going on right now.
I no idea. I can't wait to read Wayne Watts' comment though.
Yeah, I know.
Because he always posts funny shit.
Go ahead. Let's stop. Let's stop and read that real quick.
Okay, let's bring it up there. Yeah. Let's see. Mephisto will only show up in Disney Plus if they put him in a movie. They'll lose the Chinese market. Werewolf by Night was awesome. She-Hulk makes Dark World look good. This phase was puke worthy.
Yeah, I agree.
He just summed it all up. That's pretty much. That's channel.
Thank you for that
right there.
super chat. We appreciate that. Matt, you want to play something for him?
Matt, before you play Eva, right? Because we got to play Eva. Last week was the only time in my life Eva made no difference at all. It just went right back into firing cannonballs, dude. So let's get a lively Eva. Get back to our fun and obnoxious ways.
It's fun and obnoxious. Well, you can just sure. Let's do that. Where is Eva anyway? I don't even know where she is. Oh, there she is.
Defects. Guess who's back for some more super chats? Yeah, baby. Let's go, Defects.
That'll get you jacked up.
Well, she'll come in and be like, "Hey, yak shumesh." You think he'll like go live from like hell and be like, "You have a car with pussy magnet?" No.
Wow.
I like.
What if we get like a Ralph Boner situation here?
Oh no.
Where it's Mephisto, but it's not really Mephisto.
See, Ugly Ewok, he got it right. It's gonna be that court jester Mephisto role if he's gonna do it.
With like a cane and him jumping around doing a musical number.
Oh God.
And maybe that's the only way they could do it, right?
Yep.
Because they don't want to. Somebody's saying about Wayne Watts said about the Chinese market, but I feel like they really haven't had it all of Phase 4. I don't think any of the movies have actually come out in China, have they? So at this point, it may not even matter. But honestly, to sum it up, if we didn't think that Mephisto was coming in WandaVision, which is where he should have showed up, I don't think this would annoy me. But now it's going to annoy me because it's like, this is where you use this character. This is where you almost waste this character. And I hate to talk about it before it even happens, because who knows? Maybe it's great, but I don't know, dude. I hope this doesn't happen because then they're just going back down the path that we hope they're getting away from. So,
which we'll get into
wrong.
later too. Which we'll get into later.
Which we will get into later. So yeah, I don't know if there's much else to say about this. It really isn't. I mean,
I will leave Sacha Baron Cohen with, "You will never get this. You will never get this."
Yeah,
oh God.
That's views. That's what Kevin Feige's saying to views right now.
Yep.
Oh God. Take a little pause in the action real quick before we drop some spec on you, because we got a little bit of spec coming up this Friday night, guy.
We got an auction, a live defect auction. It's our second auction, guys, so get excited. Friday night, 8 p.m. Sharpie. We're going to have a little bit of everything. You know that. We bring different raws, slabs, keys, maybe some Funko Pops. You never know.
Very Gary is Mephisto, 100%.
He definitely could be. He could pass for Mephisto. No doubt. This Friday's going to be fun. We got round 1 out of the way. We got all the kinks worked out. I'm sure we're going to fuck up in some way, shape, or form, but you guys are going to be there to make fun of us, and we're all going to laugh together. So come hang out. If there's something specific that you want to see,
let us know.
Message us. We'll try to mix it in. I think Guy's going to be posting some buy it nows on his IG. I did mine today. Jay may throw up a few during the show. And then we're gonna run some auctions. There's gonna be Silver Age, I can tell you that, and there's gonna be everything from silver to modern this time. We're gonna try to mix in some more Silver Age this time around. So yeah, man. See you Friday night.
Yeah, I got a whole attic full of comics, guys. So let me know if you want to see something. I'll go searching.
And sometimes the best deals are the ones made before the actual auction. So
yes,
just
and listen, and we're gonna have a ton of giveaways, man.
Of course.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have giveaways. You know that.
Duh.
We're running probably do 2 giveaways this time around. For the if you guys weren't there, if you buy something for every 100 you go up, you get another place on the wheel. So if you have $200 worth of crap, you're in there. No. If it's 0 to 100, that's 1. 1 to 200, that's 2. Yeah, so you get 2 spots on the wheel. And it goes up like that. So cool stuff. Let's keep it moving. We talked about this. I wanted to say last week, but it was really because it felt like that. It almost wasn't our show last week. But 2 weeks ago, we talked about the Wakanda Forever trailer. And I showed off a screen grab of Lake Bell. And shout out to Chad Crow for throwing a rumor that we had talked about months ago, that Lake Bell was rumored for a role in Wakanda Forever. Now people are talking about Lake Bell playing the character Lucia von Bardas. Okay, so we teased it a little bit 2 weeks ago. I said I wanted to do a little bit of research, so I did some reading. Did some reading last week. I was ready to go on Tuesday night with all this information, but we went sidetracked. That's okay though. So I'm gonna just spoiler alert. I do not think she's playing this character. Okay, there's very little evidence that says she would. However, we know that doesn't matter these days with the MCU. They kind of just do whatever, and they just use names and don't use character lines from the story, blah blah blah. So here's the research I got. So Lucia, I don't know if it's Lucia. Yeah, I think it's Lucia. Was born and raised in Latveria, but traveled to the United States to teach at the University of North Carolina. She later becomes the Prime Minister of Latveria. Okay. So far, so good. Von Bardas was secretly funding American technology-based super criminals through the Tinkerer. So she was using leftover technology from Doctor Doom, like Doombots and things like that, to fund super criminals in the United States.
Doombots.
Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. caught wind of this. They were like, we got to take her out. They dropped the fucking Castle Doom on top of her.
Whoa.
They thought they killed her. She comes back looking like this cyborg, and she's badass. She's a badass character. Not very long lived in the comic book. I did some reading. Her first appearance, we'll show you on the next page right here, is Secret War #1 from 2004. People use this as the first appearance, even though #4 is the first time she's actually in the story. In #1, she's basically just up on a screen, and they give her bio and they talk about her a little bit, and they show her in like it's not really necessarily a flashback, it's like an image on a screen. But I have a feeling that if this character ever does show up, this will be the book that sells. Okay. But it's probably not bad to have #4 in case. All right. The only tie that I can pull from this whole thing is that she does have a stint in the Ironheart series, in one of the Ironheart series, and she fights Ironheart. And we know that Riri Ironheart is in Wakanda Forever. But I just don't feel, I'm just not feeling the vibe that this is the character that Lake Bell is going to play. And if she does, it's just a name. Like, it's not going to be comic accurate at all. So, Jay, I don't know if you got a chance to read any of the stuff that we talked about here, or look into this at all, if you had anything to add.
My thought is, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? I think in Black Panther 2, I think it's going to be a war set up by Doctor Doom against Atlantis and Wakanda. I think that's going to be the underlying secret that goes on and may be revealed at a mid-credit scene or end credit scene. But if she's going to play Lucia from Latveria, you know we're getting Doom. We're getting Doom regardless. I just can't wait to see who's casted as Doom and where they take it. What I don't want to see is an unmasked Doom. I have a problem with MCU. All the characters are always unmasked. It's so annoying. Leave your mask on and fight. Seriously. Like, everyone always takes their mask off. You leave that shit on, man. That's what I want to see. But anyway, Doom has to have his mask on, right? So, I don't know, man. UniX, we just gave you a big shout out on your post, dude. Go back and check it out.
Let me run this by you. So, I think it was Chad Crow. And he had I don't know, I think he said this. Can't remember. There's been so much information the last few weeks. But, the only way I see this character working is that because it looks like she seems like a good guy in the little snippet that we got in the trailer, but maybe she gets hurt by Namor, whether it was intentionally or unintentionally, and Doom makes her the cyborg. Oof. And I was like, okay, that's the only scenario where I see that this actress is playing this character. Then, like you said, then you know it's Doom. Doom's 100%. I think if you get the name Lucia von Bardas in the middle of the movie, you know at some point in the movie, whether it's going to be towards the end or end credit, you're going to get an Easter egg or a flash of Doom, right?
You're talking about like a Taskmaster kind of scenario?
Say that again?
You're talking like a Taskmaster kind of scenario?
Something like that. Yeah, exactly. Which,
there's
hey,
been,
look,
there's
a good point,
been a lot of rumors swirling around about God Emperor Doom.
Yeah. I feel like that could be a while off, though, no?
I don't know, man. In the MCU, they throw wild cards out there. Just like Weed Richards said in the chat, he may not come in as a villain. I mean, I want to see him with a rich background story like he should have.
Well, that's what the dude Annie
there's
here,
so much. His storyline is so good, and they have to get into his magic and everything. He just can't be some villain. They have to make him a big bad. Doctor Doom is essential in Marvel Comics. They have to do him right this time. They have not done him right. They have to do him right.
Two things. Two things. I just realized his name is Weed Richards, and that's awesome. That's one.
Awesome.
That's one.
Weed Richards 420.
Yeah, love it. Go back to the other picture.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to Lucia her von Bardas.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice rack. If you get an opportunity, Google her, and it's worth the Google. I'll tell you that right now.
It's worth the Google.
Okay. She's been full frontal a few times. So. Very,
doing?
That's
very
like
easy to find.
the modern day Mr. Skin.
Mr. Skin,
How
right
you-
here. Just
how
come to
you
Defects.
doing?
We'll give you
Yeah.
all. That's the one thing me and CJ, me and Guy are good for something with the movies. We'll tell you where all the nudie shots are.
There you go. Hey, dude.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, dude.
Oh God. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. This one's pretty cool. It was late in the day, so we didn't get to do as much research as I would like, but that's okay because we could kind of do it live here and see if us in the chat could come up with something. So there's rumors coming out. A scooper online, Daniel RPK News, who's got some stuff right, got some stuff wrong, says that there's casting calls for multiple new roles for the Daredevil series. Okay, which I think will be filming in New York City from this February. Nice Rangers. This February to December. Okay, so if you're in the New York City area, you may catch a little bit of Daredevil footage. So I'm not going to read the whole article, but there was some screenshots of what the casting call was actually calling for. So let's go through them together. So it's these are all female. There's 2 males, 2 males, 4 females. The first one is the only one that you could probably get something from. And let me see if Jay Guy you think the same one I am. So the first one, forget about the names because none of them make any sense. Male, 40s to 60s, Chinese American, older, dignified. The kind of man you follow into battle. Imposing physical presence, accomplished martial artist, the leader of a powerful organization, athletic fight experience required, martial arts experience preferred, fractional series regular with options. Jay, who do you think that is for Daredevil?
Oh God, I don't know, man.
There was one name that just popped in my head right away when I was reading this.
Let me hear it.
Well, I'll give you a hint. He was in the Netflix series.
Who?
He wasn't Chinese though. He was white. Older guy.
I don't know, dude.
Stick.
The guy who taught him?
Oh,
Yeah.
you think
yeah.
it's Stick? Wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's what popped up right away. Yeah, see a couple people said it in the chat. I'm thinking somebody said Nobu. It definitely could be Nobu. But I think Stick is what this one is.
I was actually going to go to a calling for this and see if I could do it. But
To see if you can get it.
yeah.
What threw it off? The Chinese American part or
Yeah, that threw it off for me.
that wasn't it. I was golden with that. I was
okay.
Yeah, I've done it before. I'll do it again. So
Jay doesn't know what to say right now.
Jay has no idea.
No idea.
Come on, Jay. Wax on, wax off, baby. It's Halloween.
Dude, when I read this, I'm like, oh, this got to be like some type of leader of the hand. That's what my first thought was.
Okay.
But I like it. I like Stick, man.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a completely one-off character. It could be a character that we don't know or really isn't too important in comics and becomes important in the show. Could be. I wanted to attach some books to this stuff, but it just felt irresponsible because it's like there's so little bit of information here, right? Like there's really not a lot. I mean, if I read through the rest of these, female, 30s, any ethnicity, thoughtful, warm, and naturally curious. That could be anybody. Intense and inscrutable. That could be anybody. Black, brash, brilliant political blogger. That sounds like Ben Urich, except female in her 20s. Female 40s, black, a woman of self-made success, loyal but can be ruthless if crossed. That you may be able to run with that one. You might be able to track something down on that one. Female 40s, South Asian, confident and knowledgeable with the willingness to speak her mind. These could be anybody. The only one with real detail is that first one.
Hold on. Give me a second. Go ahead.
Jay's doing research.
Yeah, hold
on. Glizzy Stick not wanted. PLC. Oh God. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Come on now. I was thinking, it's so funny, William and Dean. I was thinking Misty Knight for that one too. I really was. That's funny that you said that.
Yeah. Are they going to recast Colleen? I mean,
maybe they do.
All right. So what about
Go ahead.
For female 40s, black, a woman is self-made success, loyal but can be ruthless if crossed. What about? Let me see. Cassandra Mercury. First appearance of Cassandra Mercury, a businesswoman and antagonist of Ben Reilly. What do you think?
Look, Frog Roller books it right at the same time as you.
For Cassandra. Usually they don't use the names in the casting of that's actually going to be the name, but
makes sense though.
It does. Isn't Elektra the cleaning lady now? Yeah, I mean, so, you know, there's going to be more information on this, right? Like, I'm sure in a few weeks from now, we're going to revisit this. Maybe we get a little bit more information. Maybe there's a little bit of more news, because this is happening very soon. Like, they're going to start filming in 5 months if everything stays true, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes here. So expect some speculation on this in the near future. I didn't want to do it tonight. There's just not enough to go on here, but I'll be curious to hear what you guys think in the comments later on, or even message us on IG, or think about it this week, and we could talk about it again next week for a few minutes. So
yeah, and don't forget, they're saying that like I see it in the chat that Foggy Nelson and Karen Page are coming back. So could two of these be that character? Who knows?
Right, and I heard that both of those characters would probably be recast. So
they're gonna recast Foggy.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
That's what I keep hearing.
That's dumb.
I don't have a problem with that.
I like Foggy.
Hey, I just think Mighty Ducks when I see that guy.
I know. I think the Bash Brothers, and now I'm looking at this guy that does cold cuts, and he's a lawyer. I don't fucking know. Oh God. What's up, boys? Anything else before we get into like the final thing that we're going to talk about with the MCU and changes? Anything else you want to throw in, or anything we glazed over that you want to talk about?
No, I'm ready to keep it rolling, man.
Keep it moving. Actually, let's talk about this for real. Let's talk about this real quick. Some of you may know, or some of you may not know, Swaggle Haas Comics. Okay, YouTuber, makes great content. Go sub him up. He did a video today where he actually got scammed, as of right now, that's what it seems like, for about $5,000 of books in a trade. Fucking bananas. I suggest you go watch it. It's informative, especially if you're new to making trades or you've never done it and you're thinking about it. It's a reason why I never have done it, and I never will. I feel bad for him. He's working behind the scenes to see if he can make something happen. Buddy, if you're watching, if there anything we could do, let us know, please. I don't know, guys. You got anything to say about it? I know we talked. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch it, but I know I filled you guys in on kind of what happened.
Yep. Nope, I watched it today.
Okay.
As soon as it popped up, I watched it. I mean, listen, in the community, you want to trust people, and he said he had a phone conversation with the guy, and they were texting back and forth. Me, personally, I've been in this game for a very long time. If I'm getting a big book, right, whether it be cash or trade, it has to be in person for me. Like Matt, Matt and Guy went down to Queens. We picked up Matt's Fantastic Four #1. I just don't trust something like that in the mail. I mean, and especially on a trade, man. Like, it's just at a loss now. And I know he provided like CGC, the serial numbers and all that, but once you crack that book at it, you know what I mean? And he had books on there with like tape pulls and stuff that you could recognize, but that's a wrap, man. Once it goes a month, 2 months, and everyone forgets about it, those books are going to be hard to locate. I wish him the best of luck, but it's a lesson learned, guys. You got to know who you're doing business with, especially with big. You get burnt on $30, $40, even $100. It's all right. 5,000, man. I'm showing up to someone's house. You know what I mean?
You ain't kidding.
And it's Ask Dennis for Comics. That's maybe another story for another show. But it got to the point where a lot of people in the community had books taken by someone, and he went dark, and they found him in a video and knew where he was located, threatened him, and everybody got their books back. So maybe that might be a good. I might have to bring Dennis on for that story, because
I like Dennis. I like that. Bring him on.
Sometimes a little shakedown is what's needed, but it's terrible. It's terrible. Go watch the video. Yeah, that's
and
Swag is a good dude too. Like it, and it, I don't want it to happen to anybody, but it's a terrible thing that to go through. And now look at it. It's like what do you do? What do you do now?
Oh man, so yeah, go after we finish up, go watch a video. BLC posted the link and throw some love to Swaggle. Hopefully he gets a resolution. Sometimes these things do work out. I'll be honest with you, they do. A couple guys, I've seen it happen before, and they are able to get their stuff back. So
yeah, Swag, give a call. We know a couple people. All right. Anyway, speaking of showing some love, a little love to former Trout over here.
Every week.
Any thoughts on the Momoko at NYC situation? Only thing I heard about that was Jay saying that it was under his table last week.
Yeah, I'll touch on this. There's some art that I absolutely love that Peach does, and there's other art that I don't. As a person, she is awesome, man. I didn't know much about her. Very quiet person. She stood up for her own. People got greedy. We're seeing it at cons all the time. This lady's flying herself out there, signing 10 books for each fan, and then people have the audacity to act like fucking assholes.
For free.
For free. And let the greed take over. So much props to Peach for walking away and shutting it down, because sometimes that's what needs to be done. And listen, I'm a fan now, so that's it.
You ain't kidding. I mean, we've poked fun at her and the art. You know, not her as a person, because we don't fucking know her. But you know what? What happened there doesn't change the fact that majority of her art I just don't like, and that's okay. We're allowed to do that. But like Jay said, as a person, she will have the respect of this channel for as long as she doesn't lose it. You know what I mean? Like, she has it, because the fact that she basically told someone, like, I don't give a fuck who you are. Like, these are the rules, and I'm sticking to them. 10 per, get to the back of the line and do it again if you want another 10. You know, and
I mean, 10 per is crazy anyway at that point.
That's what Omar says. Yeah.
Yeah, I give her a lot of credit. And one, she should have never been put through that bullshit.
Right.
Like, that's people just being fucking momos, and they you know, that's what ruins it for everyone. That's what ruins it for everyone.
Greed is an ugly thing. And guys, if
Terrible.
you want the full story, Nemesis Prime 1 and Manimal covered on Comic-Con podcast. They got the whole story, details, and everything. I think it's their last episode, so go check that out.
Nice. All right. So yeah, that was, it's funny that he brought that up. Trout, appreciate you, because I did want to touch on that, because I thought it was important, because as much shit as we give, we want to shout out, you know, the good shit for everybody as well, especially, you know, for somebody, especially what happened. I mean, I thought it was really, really good for her, but,
yeah, Rudy said it. Here you go. Character has been made known.
Peach.
Hashtag respect the Peach. I agree. That's great.
That's going to live on this channel from now on. There you go. I like that. Did we talk about that? I don't even know if this made it in last week. We've been sprinkling it in over the last few weeks, because little bits of news keep coming out about it. And bigger stories keep coming out, right? And it sounds like that Feige and his team are really reevaluating a lot of what's about to happen. And, you know, we've joked about it before, you know, throughout the beginning of Phase 4, and we've said they're never going to listen. They're never ever, you know, people keep saying, a lot of people, and I think the three of us, when we were on with Gary, we had a big panel, right? When we were doing our early shows, everyone was like, they'll never change. They're never going to listen to anybody. They're just going to have, and we said at some point it's going to hurt them. And I think they're finally starting to feel a little bit of pressure
They stopped Blade. I mean,
right. We talked about that. We talked about the special presentation that they're thinking about changing some shows to special presentation, which is that Werewolf by Night format. The rumor now is that Nova, originally planned for a series, is now going to be a special presentation. Obviously, that show hasn't even been officially announced yet, but that's what a lot of people are saying right now. The other one that I heard was Echo has now basically stopped altogether as well, that they're reevaluating Echo and deciding, is it going to be a series? Is it going to be a special presentation? Are they going to do some rewrites on it? Because, and again, I keep saying, I've beaten this drum, the writing is the fucking problem right now. It really is. You could throw all the characters, all these great characters, and sprinkle them all over these shows. It doesn't fucking matter. if you write it poorly, it does not matter. So it's so hard. I wasn't going to show an article because there was like 10 articles from different authors that I read, and I just kind of pieced together that were basically like, they are sounding the alarm over there, and they are really, really rethinking and retooling what they were originally had planned. And honestly, that's music to my ears. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. The Blade news, while you could see it as bad news, I actually see that as good news. That they're gonna at least attempt to make this thing right. So,
just in case,
what do you think, boys?
Just in case, to move on before we jump to it, the Yankee game is officially postponed until tomorrow at 4. Just in case anybody wants to know. That's all. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, man. I mean, numbers don't lie, right? I don't think they're necessarily listening to comic book heads.
No, but that's
people that are upset. Numbers don't lie. They see these movies dropping off. They see the viewership they're getting is lower and lower. Money talks, guys. Don't think it's in the interest of comic book fans and viewers, because it's not. They have to sit back. They have to rethink everything. They have to rewrite everything. Like, look, the rumor was we were getting a Blade movie, and it was going to be heavily focused on Blade's daughter. How about we just get fucking Blade first? How about we get a
the guy's not even
how about we get a dope Blade movie before we start talking about that? You know what I mean?
Now they have to. There has to be a way. There has to be a way that they're tracking the what's it called, right? Like the rewatching of the movies.
They're tracking numbers, and they're tracking viewership, and they're tracking what's being watched and how many clicks it's getting. Just
so
like
streaming, like for instance, Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah,
they have to understand that people watch that once and they're not watching it again, right?
No, they understand that it came out hot in the theaters and then it just fucking bottomed out.
But I'm saying the rewatch is happening on other stuff.
For sure.
It's not happening on that, and they have to see that too.
Absolutely.
I'm sure. Like, I think a combination of what both you just said. Like, they're looking at all the analytics.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And I'm sure
that was like a silent sneeze. You muted yourself.
I muted.
I know
that
was like that was amazing.
He farted. That's why he held.
That was amazing. You sneezed and farted at the same time.
No, there was no fart. There was no. I would tell you. You know, I don't know about that. I got no shame in that.
I don't know about that.
I think, and just playing off of what Guy said, this came off of what you said. Is I'm sure they're also seeing that a lot of people, if they're watching MCU stuff on Disney Plus, it's old stuff, right?
That's my point. Yeah.
Yeah. So
like I'll watch Captain America: The First Avenger before I watch any of this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where I am right now. Like, I'm not gonna go watch Thor: Love and Thunder again. It's not gonna happen.
The special present, I said it, and I know I keep saying this, but I said early on that I didn't think that the Disney Plus shows benefited from, number one, being week to week. Number two, being so like in depth and long and drawn out. They were better off with either dropping everything at once, shorter format, or dropping a movie. And these special presentations really can be a game changer. They really can make such a huge difference in the way that we perceive this stuff. Like Werewolf by Night, like that was. I do not want a series of that. You know what I mean? The only way I would have wanted a series of that is, we've talked about it, right? An anthology of different stories, like one about Werewolf by Night, one about Man-Thing, like that would, but that's not a series. That's like week to week anthology.
I'll take a horror-esque every Halloween special. I think that would be dope. A different character, a different horror character every Halloween, 1 hour show or special, whatever you want to call it. Back to Nova.
That's a great idea.
I think Nova will come in the Guardians Christmas special, and I think that's when we see our first look at Adam Warlock.
I think that's cool too. Danny J, what do you think? That's all I gotta say to you.
Gonna do it, yeah. I think the Guardians special, I think you're gonna get a couple characters, right?
Yep.
I think that's their opportunity. That's a great opportunity for them to do that. So
Minerva, right? We talked about Adam Warlock, who's kind of already there, but maybe that's, and then. Like you just said, Nova.
Jay, to touch on that Halloween thing, I think that's a great fucking idea.
Yeah,
I honestly think that's a great way to introduce like different monsters. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like have that like feeling like this is the story of blah blah blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then go with it.
The beauty about those specials are
that's cool.
It's cool enough for maybe someone's favorite character that can hold their own series or can hold a movie, but for that one special shines, dude. Like that's what I like about that. I think what James Gunn is saying is you have to watch the Christmas special for Guardians before you see Guardians 3 because it's going to introduce characters. He said that about a year and a half ago, and we talked about that. And now he's basically, it's basically coming out that Nova's going to appear before. So I think it's going to be this, again, like I said. We're going to see Warlock, and maybe we're going to see some other characters. Maybe Moondragon, Drax's. We know this might be Drax's last Guardian movie. We know there's going to be a new Guardians team. I like that Annihilation spec with Adam Warlock leading the new Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that's going to happen. So you got to be on the lookout for these minuscule cosmic characters that have been popping in and out of these Annihilation books and these Guardians books. So guys, go back. We did a video on it. Go check it out. Go start reading Annihilation, Conquest, and Annihilation. There's a lot of good characters in there that lead up to this series that I think Gunn's going to do.
I think Real Fake Comics has it. That's exactly what we're talking about. Because you know how popular Treehouse of Horror is every year? Right? People look forward to that. That's the whole point of what we're saying.
Yeah, they should do. I mean, they really should do like 4 weekly episodes for the month of October. Like that's a formula right there. You know what I mean? Like leave the month of October open and have 4 episodes, one drop every week, unrelated series episodes. Like every one is has nothing to do with the other. You know what I mean? Maybe a narrator or something like that. That would be amazing.
Feige, call us, all right? Just slide in the DMs, do what you got to do. We have time, all right? We got some time.
We could have figured this out for you. Like
we're affordable because you're gonna hear it, brother.
We're affordable. Don't worry, we're affordable.
Don't call me.
Don't call me, Feige. You're gonna hear a fucking earful. First, take off that fucking hat when you're wearing a suit.
Yeah, you. So yeah, I think Wakanda's gonna be. I think Wakanda Forever will be good. You know what I mean? From what I've seen, it just. I feel like
it kind of has to be.
It kind of has to be. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they're not gonna bobble that. Like it's at least gonna be like you're gonna go watch it, and I don't think anybody's gonna hate it. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? I think everyone will be okay with it. Okay, and then we're rolling into the stuff that was kind of filmed after most of Phase 4 was already in theaters, so a lot of the critics and reaction has start rolling in, and a lot of the numbers start rolling in. So Ant-Man and Beyond is kind of stuff that was filmed after a lot of the I'll call it backlash at the box office and on the boards everywhere started, they started feeling it. So Ant-Man going forward could be the savior, but I think the pivotal one, like Jay just said, is the Guardians Christmas special and then the Guardians movie. That could be the springboard for the MCU going forward, where it turns the corner, where you got Jay and the like back on board. You know what I mean?
I think it's gonna be Black Panther 2, which ends Phase 4. You gotta love that just for that basis alone, and then springs forward into Phase 5. So I think, listen, I'm a big Guardians fan. Loved the first one. Second one, so. I think the Christmas special is gonna be great. I think Guardian 3 is gonna be great, but I think Black Panther 2 is what brings me back. Hopefully.
Yeah, James Gunn back for the third one, and just kind of feeling he's really figured it out for making these shows and movies. He's crushing it right now. I love the fact that he shit on Taika Waititi. This guy could be the savior. You know what I mean? Like this could be the guy.
Now listen, if I'm DC, that's my Feige.
You better make it. If DC.
Oh yeah.
If I'm DC and I want to rebrand and relaunch after seeing what he did with Peacemaker, that's my Kevin Feige right there. Fuck everybody else.
This is true. Look, they pulled up the MCU in Phase 2. From Guardians on, it was like a different. we were in a different universe, man. Like it just changed. That really did change things. That's a good point.
Star-Lord, one of my favorite characters because of MCU. And like I said, I am a comic book guy. Star-Lord in the MCU, one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite.
Let me ask you, is it me or like if I'm DC and the execs over there, like am I not licking my chops as like this is your opening to try to get the one up on the MCU? Like
this is their shot.
The door has been left open.
But hold on a second. You can't give DC that much credit. I mean, yes, now maybe they're turning the pages, right, or turning the corner. But like, don't forget what the fuck is going on with the Flash. What the
Don't sleep on that Flash movie. Let me tell you something. The only reason that they haven't either canceled it, reshot it, or just fired this guy is because they, number one, or it could be one of two or both. It was fucking amazing. They finished it and it was amazing. Two, it's so important to what they have going forward. Or the third choice, it is both of those things. And I have a feeling it's both of those things. That it was that good and that important to what they have going forward. That they are not, they're pretending like he's not doing any of this stuff and won't until it's over and then he's gone. This guy, I just read today, he's going to get like 20, he could get up to 25 years in jail. Like anybody else, like they were ready to fire James Gunn for something that didn't make any sense that he said like 20 years ago.
But what are they doing with this movie? What are they doing with this movie, though?
Well, that's going to be like their multiversal jump off, right, Jay? Flashpoint?
They got a Flash, and Flashpoint was an awesome run. If you guys haven't read that, go pick up that omnibus because that run was fucking fire. DC's going the total opposite direction of Marvel. They see what the weakness of Marvel is, making it, very politically correct and kind of pitched towards kids and both adults at the same time, which is not really working. DC, on the other hand, drops a show like Peacemaker and Black Adam where shit's just getting destroyed and looks great. I'm not a big fan of The Rock because I always see him as The Rock, but I'm hoping to like this movie, and Dr. Fate's in it, like all new characters, so I'm super excited. He gave a big spoiler away, which I was pissed off at, but it is what it is. We won't talk about it here. Definitely get to check it out. I'm pulling for DC, man, because we talked about in the past, they could really turn the corner, and competition is good, and I hope they bring the heat on Marvel.
You're so right. It's like Peacemaker, and what was the other one you said? Oh, Black Adam's clearly violent, and then even Suicide Squad. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yep.
Honestly, opposite. I thought it was good. Like, I thought it was.
I enjoyed it.
You know what I mean? Like, it didn't knock my socks off, but I'll watch that over a lot of the stuff that I've seen from Marvel these last 2 years.
100%.
I watched that 5 times over before I ever watched Thor again. You know what I mean? So, and like you said, it's you're getting back to the roots. You got to remember, guys. What? I really, at the risk of sounding like, who's in this chat right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love the ladies, right? But it's a predominantly male community, and I want there to be women in the comics, in the movies, because it's a well-rounded story. But like Jay just said, they're like trying to literally replace every character with a female character. I mean, it's like almost like they're trying to make up for like the first 2 phases where it was predominantly male. It's like where's the balance? Like how come you can't figure out the balance? You know what I mean?
In the first phase, I liked the balance because you had Guardians, right? You have Gamora, who is like a strong female character. It's just not getting basically pushed down your throat. I just want it to be, listen, all the politics, get it out of here. Let's just have good comic book movies. No matter what gender you are, what race you are, let's just make good movies. And like you said, go back to writing with good stuff. I could care less as long as the movie's good. I mean, but I get it, man. It's like, just leave certain characters alone. If you want to bring in a female character, bring her in. Don't gender swap the character because there's plenty of strong female characters in Marvel and DC where you don't have to do that.
That's just taking the easy way out to do that, honestly, and that's bullshit. Do your research, and do it right.
Yeah, no, exactly. There's so many strong female characters.
I know.
In Marvel and DC, you don't have to do that. It's almost, it's almost offensive. Taskmaster, I'd rather bring someone else in.
Just bring in, a female character, right? Bring in the female character.
That's it.
I don't know. Again, that's a topic that's been beat to death, but it's you got to realize that a balance is necessary. And they've gone so far the other way, and I feel DC. I want to believe that they've figured it out, and that they are trying to get on the right track. And from the last 3 things that we've seen, I haven't seen Black Adam yet, so just from what I hear, from the last 3 projects, they're headed in the right direction. Yeah, exactly. What's wrong? What's wrong with that?
Comic
the X-Men
Journey
are strong female characters.
We're gonna get them
100%.
soon. So, and that's gonna be awesome.
You can't do the X-Men without those characters, right?
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
Come on.
So it goes both ways, right? You can't have just the guys, and you can't turn it to predominantly female because it's just not. I don't know. I don't know what DC's doing, but I know Feige's smart enough to know it's time to make a change, and it seems like they are. How big of a change? We'll find out.
We'll see.
This is gonna be a topic that we probably spend 5 or 10 minutes on every week because these stories are these articles and stories are really dripping and drabbing almost every week now, which tells me it's legit.
Omar, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't
know. I like it, Omar. Because
Omar always brings some side. Bro. What are you doing, bud? What are you doing?
Oh God, I'm out, guys. I got nothing left tonight. What do you guys want to talk about? Anything else?
Let's see. We got
Gwenpool would be awesome. I agree.
We got the auction coming. Oh, Saturday and Sunday. I am going to the New York Tattoo Convention in Brooklyn. I will be getting a comic book based character tattooed. In the comments, not in the comments on the live stream. I want to see who guesses it right. I can't wait to show you guys. It'll be all done. I'm going for 10 hours.
Give them a hint.
No hint. I'm going
no
for
hints.
Here's 10 hours Saturday and 10 hours Sunday on One Piece. I cannot.
Do you know who it is yet? Because the last time I spoke to you, it was between 2 characters.
Yep.
You know who it is now. Okay.
Yep.
So is this a competition that this is going to be involved with?
Yes. So my tattoo artist.
Yeah, explain it.
And so my tattoo artist is entering it's called a color realism tattoo competition. There's over 250 people entering in. It's going to be a wild time. I've never been to a tattoo convention. They have bands, they have food trucks. It's going to be wild. So I will be there. If you're in Brooklyn, come by, man. I'll be there for 10 hours both days so I could use some company, man, to keep my mind off it.
There you go. Oh, wait, Jay, you got to
I think this is great. Look, Love and Thunder movie poster.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting.
Jay, you got to tell. I don't know if you want to, but didn't you have a little run-in last week?
Yes, I did. Dude, I'll get into that next week. I got to figure out how I'm going to word that. Yeah.
I forgot to mention it to you to ask you if you wanted to talk about it. But
Yep. Big shout out to my boy Ramon, though. But yeah,
nothing crazy, chat. Don't worry. We can save it for next week.
No, a good run.
Yeah,
I'll go over it real quick. I was at a college going to a seminar, and that don't even sound right coming out of my mouth. And all I hear from across the parking lot is, "Yo, the butcher!" And I looked, and it was my boy Ramon, who watches the channel. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, "Holy smokes, dude!" We started talking comic books, and then I went in with my seminar.
But he was from out of state, right? It was so... right?
Crazy. But he's always at street side. He is always...
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yep.
So he's a traveling man.
Yeah, he's a traveling man. He travels for a film crew. But I thought it was so funny because I'm like, oh my God, I got a shirt and tie on. I'm like, who the fuck just recognized me? I'm like, oh God.
Oh man. Yeah, all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. It was a good chat tonight. Appreciate everybody in here. If you can, before you get out of here, please hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment if you're watching this on the rewind. If you're new here, I think I see a couple new names. Stick around. We do this stuff every week. Sub us up. The auction Friday night, that's going to be a blast. Just come hang out, even if you're not looking to buy anything. It's just a fun time. We do a lot of fun stuff. Guy Ford, you got anything before we get out of here, brother?
Good show, guys. Let's go Yankees tomorrow.
Let's go. I was just going to say that.
Let's bring it home. We're going to be back at home. Let's keep it here. That's all. Because then, the next round is not going to be a lot of fun. Fucking cheaters.
Oh, yeah. Cheaters. I'm going to let Eva take us out tonight because we haven't done that in a while, all right? Actually, we probably did it last week.
Congratulations to all of you guys who stuck around.
Yeah, that's the prize for sticking to the end. So, Defects, we'll see you next week.
See you Friday.
All right, Defects. It's time to turn it up a little. I think you guys have been playing it nice lately. We need to get a little raunchy. What do you think? Can Batgirl handle that? I just wanted to let you guys know you are hot shit. Keep doing what you're doing, because I love it. And Defects fans, you're hot shit as well. Maybe even a little hotter. Keep supporting. And keep doing what you do, because this girl loves it. You guys are awesome. Love you all. Big kisses from me to you.
You actually gained viewers.
You know what's crazy is that I watched the view count. The viewer
you didn't
count.
End the stream.
No, I didn't. I did it.
Oh, okay. All right.
But we did not lose one person from when we said goodbye till now. That's Eva. That's the power of Eva. So, oh God. All right.